starting at the top, masseter. That's your jaw muscle. It's for mastication, chewing. So masseter. So if you follow the little mouth right there, you get to the masseter. Follow the eye, you get to temporalis. So when you rub your temples, it's the temporal bone is right behind here. So just kind of know temporalis, masseter. The trapezius, we talked a little bit about. You'll have it right there. So it makes that big V, and you can kind of see it if you use your imagination. You can see the striations of the muscles. They look a little different than these. So that's the trapezius. I'm going to be turning this camera. Alright, this one right here, this is called the sternocleidomastoid mastoid. It's also called the smoker's muscle because people who have been smoking for like 80-something years have a really defined muscle right here. It's worked out from constantly sucking on the butts. So.
Is that where they get the whole muscle?
No, they need a breathing tube because, you know, emphysema. What's that called? The sternocleidomastoid. It's just that muscle right there. Yeah. That's a trach tube thingy. Pectoralis major. So there's pectoralis major and minor. In this class we only talk about major. And that's your big old pecs. So, pectoralis major. I want the full name. See if this happens here. The digastric, this is a really nice exposed digastric. You never see it this good. So right underneath the mandible, I know you can't see it, so you just kind of, there you go. So right there, it's on both sides. You can see the mandible line right there, that's the part of the jaw. And it goes from the mandible all the way down underneath the sternocleidomastoid.
What is it called?
Digastric. If you get shot there, you're going to die. Gastric. So, digastric.
Have another kill point.
Yeah.
Like the crystal ball.
Die. A good one I enjoy. Okay. Oh, sorry. Alright, not super well exposed, but it's in there. All right here is the deltoid. So it's that little shoulder muscle. When you see...
Did she just pop a bone?
Oh no, I just dropped it. That's the deltoid. It's going to cover the shoulder. So it actually starts up here and covers this whole thing. Deltoid. That's your deltoid. And when you see guys who are super muscular, the deltoid is usually pretty well rounded at the top. But underneath there you see the bicep. So you got the bicep brachii right there. So you usually have like a bump there and then the biceps. And then of course the triceps brachii. Be sure to tell me brachii because there's also a bicep femoris. I need you to know that that's a brachii. Brachii arm. Brachii arm. So bicep brachii, tricep brachii.
And then you said there's the foramens. Wait, what did you just say?
Oh, femoris.
Femoris is on the bottom.
Femoris,
The
yeah.
leg.
We'll get there. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so you peel back this stuff. And you have little muscles in between these ribs. So you can kind of see the little ribs. A rib is called a costal. So those are your external intercostals. It's just a little muscle that goes from rib to rib. And it gives you a little movement there. Also, it's what you're eating when you're eating ribs. So think about that when you have barbecue. That's an external intercostal. Well, your chicken legs are biceps. So. Alright,
That much meats.
yeah, I don't eat meat on the bone anymore. Alright, latissimus dorsi, so that's your lats. So Bruce Lee was called the Bat because he had really giant lats. And I will try to remember to put a picture of him up. But that's this thing right here. It's also your skirt steak.
What is
So
it
what?
called again?
Just that.
Latissimus dorsi? Yeah, that's the lats right there.
So is it going to be pinned inside or outside?
I will probably pin it like right here because I will be trying to get to the
You'll flop it open?
intercostals. Yeah, that's your latissimus dorsi.
Is it latissimus?
Yeah,
Latissimus dorsi. Bruce Lee.
right. He's the bat. Alright, external obliques. So We did bicep and tricep. Bicep, tricep. External obliques. So that's your sides right here. There's external and internal. We removed quite a bit of the external. So we got externals right here, and internals are just below it. And if you look real close, you can see the striations. The externals, the striations go this way. Internals, it goes this way. The reason for that is to give you a greater range of motion. Give you a greater range of motion. Right. And just underneath here is your internal organs, so it's very kind of thin on the muscle. This cat actually had quite a bit of fat, like right here, and it was all kind of protective at the same time. So it was kind of interesting. Rectus abdominis. So those are your abs. In the cats, like we have a hard time exposing like what looks like a six-pack ab, but right there is this white membrane covering it. That's the rectus abdominis, and it starts up here underneath the pectoralis, and it goes all the way down. And so the way the abs work is there's a little filament under each of these that goes like this, and the muscle will go from each one. So if you build up that muscle, that's how you end up with your abs, your six-pack abs. So it's just a little muscle right there that builds up. But we keep the membrane on. It gets very delicate. All right. Rectus abdominis. Gluteus muscles. That's your butt muscles. There's gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. We just do gluteus. Just know this whole thing in the butt. That's your gluteus muscles. Okay. All right. Interior thigh. I'm going to go out of order on the paper here just because it makes more sense this way. Alright, this right here is the gracilis. Gracialis. You peel back the gracialis, gracilis, whatever you want to call it, and you have three muscles. So 1, 2, 3. This one right here that makes an A, that's the abductor femoris. It helps you abduct. Right, okay. Abductor femoris. This one's the semimembranosus. So M, middle, membranosus. And this is the semitendinosus. And what do they spell? ASS. So these are your ass muscles. Abductor, semimembranous, semitendinous, and they're covered by the gracilis. Gracias for covering my ass. You should not forget those now.
Gracias for covering my ass.
Cool. Alright, so moving to the thigh. So this one right here, this is the sartorius. You'll see it when you sit, sartorius. You peel it back to be able to see the quadricep. So last time we saw the quadricep tendon, because it was going from the patella to the quadricep, that's actually right there. So you can kind of see what's a little bit of the quadricep tendon. It's not going to hook up with the sartorius. The sartorius just covers it. And this cat has really big muscles. She was pretty old, so she's well developed. All right, so she had a good life. Yeah, she did. She was pretty fat too, so she ate well. This one right here is the tibialis anterior. Think of your tibia, which is your shin, and it's anterior, so it covers your shin, the front of your shin, tibialis anterior. Right here, this is a real big muscle, and these confuse people quite a bit. That's the bicep femoris. So that's your back, it's on the back thigh. In humans, it's right along the back, like right along the very back of your thigh.
By your hand?
Yeah. It makes up part of your hamstrings. Oh, okay. But in cats, it's right here. But we still get to know this big old muscle. This is a big one. Bicep femoris. And then last but not least, this one right here, I don't know if you can see that. The calf muscle, gastrocnemius. So that's your calf muscle. Calf muscle, gastrocnemius. That's all of them.